Software access verification. After entering your mailbox, click the blue square to gain access to the online Excel and the online Microsoft Word software applications. Make sure both are operating properly. If you are having difficulty, then send us an email with IT support in the subject line. Explain the problem which you are having with the applications. We shall work to resolve your issues. You shall be contacted when they have been resolved successfully. Welcome to Foundational Training for the Investment Asset Analyst Level 1. Discussion. Real Estate Specific Data Marketing Analysis. The Investment Asset Analyst Level 1 will provide demographic data used in preparation of our real estate investment market analysis. This training module will both explain and demonstrate basic entry-level methods and practices necessary for you to perform your vital functions as an investment asset analyst level 1. Introduction to Strategic Marketing Methods and Practices Level 1. Points to consider. What is a real estate-specific market analysis? What is the value of the market analysis for real asset investment? What core methods and practices will the analyst use in preparing their assignments? What is a real estate-specific investment market analysis? Let's consider some of these points in greater detail. At the core of a profitable real estate investment decision is an understanding of current market conditions and future economic projections. A real estate investment analysis contains basic physical aspects, such as location. Economic aspects, such as current and future market demand for a particular type of real estate. Can I sell this property to make money? Demographic data, such as income distribution, education levels, or summary of who the buyers and sellers are in the market area. Lesson 1. Zip codes. What is a zip code? A zip code can be defined as a group of numbers with 5 to 9 digits used in the sorting of mail. PIN codes, postal index number, postcodes, etc. Can also be referenced depending upon the international market in question. Example, zip code 9 0 2 1 0 is a zip code in Beverly Hills, California. In addition to the sorting of mail, zip codes are also used to define particular characteristics of people who reside in a particular location. These data points comprise demographics. The demographics for real estate investment in this zip code is generally favorable. Let us consider our first tutorial assignment. A senior asset analyst requests the concentration of capital, cash, asset investors in Houston, Texas. Submit values into online Excel spreadsheet. Label data totals by zip code and city. Step 1. Finding zip code data. Using Google. To use a search engine, such as Google, go to your web browser and type in www.google.com. You will see the Google search box. Step 2. Type the name of the market and the specified resource into the Google search box. The specified resource for this tutorial is city data. Therefore, you should type Houston zip code city data into the search box. Step 3. Next. You will select and open the city data search results from the Google search engine. Notice the city of Houston, Texas is shown with a listing of Houston zip codes beneath. We shall use these zip codes in preparing our assignment. Step number 4. After the zip codes are located, preserve them in the online Microsoft Word processor. First, highlight and copy all of the Houston zip codes to be pasted in your online Microsoft Word account.
Step 5. Go to online Word and Excel spreadsheet which is accessible through your private mailbox. Type www.outlook.com into your browser, which is accessible through your private mailbox. Enter the same username provided at the time you began working with us, into the dialog box. When this has been done properly, you shall be allowed to progress to the next step. Password. After you have entered your username, then you shall click the next button. Now enter your password and access your mailbox. Most of you have already accessed your Outlook private mailbox. If so, then, you have already gained access to your mailbox. If you have already gained access to your mailbox, continue to use your process as you have done previously.
Step 6. Click the blue square and open both the Word and Excel spreadsheets. Paste zip codes into Word for future reference. Also, create the following titles in the Excel spreadsheet. A column entitled Zip Codes. A column entitled Records. And a column entitled Absentee. Input all zip codes into cells under the column title Zip Codes. Microsoft Word functions. Paste the zip codes, copied, from the City Data website. If necessary, go back to the City Data website and copy the assigned market zip codes. Paste and save in the online Word platform. Use the Ctrl and V keys to paste if you have difficulty in pasting the zip codes. Also, leave the browser tab open for further use. Step 11. Excel Online. Access the Excel spreadsheet online and input zip code values into the spreadsheet. Title the header column with the city name and then enter the zip code values. You may input the zip code values using any technique you prefer. Single entry, copy and paste, etc. After you have completed this step, we shall gather another set of values which will identified as cap-inv. We shall retrieve these data points from our specified resource called list source. Step 12 List Source. Go to the website www.listsource.com. Step 13. List Source. Log into List Source using the confidential username and password forwarded to you. After entering the site, you will click on the Create Your Own option. This will open a new screen shown on the next slide. Step 14. This page is titled Geography. Go to the Criteria and select the city option. This corresponds to the city specified for analysis. In this instance, the city is Houston. What you shall do next is to select the state for the city. The state for Houston is Texas. This may seem a little out of sequential selection, however, this is the preferred method when using this website. Step 15. After adding the state of Texas, inspect the size of your list to determine if enough values are available for analysis. Several thousand is adequate. Please note, because value size constantly fluctuates, the numbers shown in these examples may differ from current results. Still, if you focus on the methods, your final results should prove useful. Step 16. Next, look at the tabs on top of the screen and click the Property tab. Next, you will select the Last Market Sales Date option. Finally, select the Last 6 Months tab and add to the value. When you select the Add Value function, the 6-month period will be shown in the box to the right of the Add and Remove functions. Step 17. The list total in the example of 16,637 are an adequate amount of records to work with. This step requires us to open the Options tab and select Absentee Owned. The absentee owned category will populate a list value in the example shown of 4,433 data points. These data points will be further defined during the next step. Let us now, however, engage in a progressive video summary of list source data extraction methods which we have learned so far. Step 18. Go to the Property tab and select the following options: Single Family Residence, Duplex, Triplex, and Quad. You will notice that the example list will continue to refine to a smaller amount of data samples as you continue to manipulate the data. The number of property listings are now 2,786. This total reflects the total after excluding all properties except those specified by the Senior Investment Asset Analyst. This criteria may change as the need arises. Step 19. This step is pivotal in extracting zip code-specific demographic data points. Go back to the Geography tab and change criteria from city to zip code. Next, you will select the state. You will not select the city in this example because you want to gather the information based upon the zip code's characteristics. For this reason you will delete the red X next to the city's name. If you were to select the city as a whole, your analysis would not be zip code specific. This is the goal of your investment asset analysis: to be zip code specific in its merit. Step 20. Before we populate our list, make sure the red X next to the city of Houston has been removed. Input the zip codes collected from city data one by one into the list source rectangular box. This rectangular box is located near the bottom of the list source screen. You will see an Add button next to this box. Step 21. As you enter zip codes in the zip code box, you will see the values change as you go through the progression of zip codes entered into your Excel spreadsheet. By activating the spreadsheet to make these calculations automatically, the integrity of the record totals shall be maintained. Nevertheless, as a rule, you should manually verify a sampling of your spreadsheet data prior to submission. Math tutorial. This math tutorial will briefly overview the arithmetic involved when calculating the absentee values. The zip codes should have been previously input into the Excel spreadsheet. Next to the zip code, there should be a column labeled Records. These records are generated after loading zip codes one by one into the list source rectangular box. The absentee totals should be calculated by the Excel spreadsheet. You may configure it to do so. We shall now tabulate the absentee values to further understand the method used. After entering zip code 77002, 3 absentee records are generated. The first zip code record total will always equal the absentee total. The record and the absentee total are both entered into the Excel spreadsheet. After inputting zip code 77003 into the zip code box, we receive a record total of 12. This record total of 12 is not the absentee total, however. The absentee total for zip 77003 will equal 12 total records minus the 3 existing records for zip 77002. For a total of 9 absentee records for zip code 77003. The new record total, after entering zip 77004, equals 69. The absentee total is calculated with 69 records minus 15 records for zip codes 77002 and 77002. 69 records minus 15 records equals 54 absentee. Again, the spreadsheet should generate totals for you. Remember, records data is obtained from list source, absentee values are produced with the Excel spreadsheet. This concludes the video presentation for the Investment Asset Analyst Level 1.